Well, hi, everyone. This is your friend Ursula. I just want to say, with this very potent Aries New Moon solar eclipse with a square to Pluto, Pluto is guiding us now with this deep dive into, I like to say it, into my origins, into the dark places that I've forgotten. So the idea was to create a 2023 Star Family Vision Board. This is an opportunity where I can say to my Star Family members, come and join with me this year. Help me to co-create and dream into being, making manifest whatever is needed in the collective for the highest good of all. This took a big leap for me because I'm typically someone who likes to stay in my painting studio or stay behind the scenes or work with smaller groups. But in this case, I'm coming on board, full regalia, got my white, got my Vesica piscis here, and I have my Hathorian Ankh. So I'm coming out, you're seeing me very raw, but why not? Let's do a deep dive together, because if you're listening to this, chances are you are being drawn to the light as well, to remember who you truly are, your fullness as a star being, not just this earthly incarnation, what you see in form in 3D, but this idea of our multi-dimensional true nature. When we engage with our higher selves and call in specific star families, let the wonder and the remembering begin. So I've created a little slideshow if you're interested in doing this vision board. Again, it's for the new 2023 year. This year we had two powerful Aries new moon. Aries is all about assertion, passion, taking that leap. And Pluto asks us to let go. So in doing this, in my white robe, I am letting go of my concern that how will you think of me? How will you judge me? Am I speaking too much, etc.? All of that, thank you. Let the noise sit over there, because I'm ready to have some fun on the Ascension Playground. Okay, so let me get my little slideshow ready for you. Here it comes. Star family. It's been on my heart for years, ever since I went up to Mount Shasta and did the Stargate experience work, working with channels, Pragit and Julian, with Alcazar. Just wanted to know, what are their names? I feel the energy, but who are you? And so this is my way of saying, I'm here, I'm ready. Let's work with this new year, zodiacal year. Okay, a vision board. You can do a vision board anytime during the year. The beauty of my listening and working with the Astrology Hub as an inner circle member now is this idea from Tracy Cook, astrologer, to take the idea of a vision board and connect it with the lunar cycles of the next 12 months. Why not? And then I went a step further and said, why not bring in my star families? And so some of you in Julia Balaz's Quantum Soul Guidance Practitioners course for certification seemed interested. So here I am creating something. And here's our beloved Julia Balaz. If you're new to her and her site, all you have to do is visit galacticastrochart.com. And if you're interested in taking any of her online classes, send me an email at theascensionplayground@gmail.com, and I'll send you a 10% off coupon. It's still available. So if you're interested and want to learn, maybe this coupon will help you get going. Okay, so right behind me is what we call a Stargate. It's a particular geometry that was downloaded to Prageet Harris, and he's brought this forward as a way to anchor in relationships with our cosmic soul family members. And then Julia, with her beautiful calculator that was gifted by Hector, one of her students, helps us actually see the data. So you can create reports. Oops, let me see. Tons of reports. But it's like, how do you make that real? How do we call in now and be very clear with all of that data? Who is it that wants to work side by side with me in this new 2023 year? And yes, I know you're probably hearing this and it's April or May, but it's okay. The season of planting new ideas, Aries begins the zodiac. What dreams and treasures do you want to plant in this new year? Working with your star family. So if you print out a report using Julia's calculator on galacticastrochart.com, I would suggest that you first identify anywhere in the report that it says the word conjunction or opposition, and just note the constellation names. Put all the rest of the information and data aside. But here's a list of some of the 88 named constellations in the heavens. The calculator is a living, breathing document. It currently does not hold all 88 named constellations, but it's a starting place, and more stars and constellations are being added by Julia as the inspiration arrives. So here are the lists that we have currently of the constellations. I placed in a light blue where I have particular conjunctions and oppositions. So these are the areas where I've either merged my energy or I've had an oppositional energy, but it's going to show me where the strongest affinities are with my star families. And remember, this is just a cosmic game to play. Let your mind that wonders, yeah, but, move into the heart, invite your inner child, and let's just play this game and see how it rolls out for you. Okay, so go find your constellations of conjunctions or oppositions. I created this for myself. Here is a list where my family, so here's the 88 named constellations in the heavens. I have family members in Orion, Auriga. I have an ability to work with the galactic, in particular the black holes with Shapley attractor and the super galactic center. Julia's calculator holds 4 major cosmic points of the galactic where divine transmissions are available to you if you choose it, if you set the intention that, yes, I want those downloads. Okay, so go find in your chart, do you have any conjunctions or oppositions to any galactic point? I also have family in Canis Major, Cetus, Lyra, Draco, and Centaurus. Thank you, star family. It's like I'm setting a table, a cosmic table, and now I know the constellations to invite. Now, here's the next challenge is to find out where my star families are helping me in this lifetime in 3D as Ursula. Which house will they help support me in? So in the zodiac, we have 12 houses, okay, 1 through 12. And in Julia's report, you're going to be able to see a house number. So my first house is going to embrace the support of Cetus and a star named Tau Ceti. So I put the constellation and the star name. I also have great support in my first house of identity with the supergalactic center. In my second house of resources, who will help me with my finances and relationships, those things that I value, my resources. It's about my personal resources. Look, I have the Shapley attractor. That is currently the black hole within the black hole within the black hole that has a vortex of energy, a magnetic pull. Everything moves into the black hole. So when you thought you knew what the galactic center was, the black hole for our Milky Way universe, there's a hole within a hole within a hole, these portals of support. So it's bringing to my consciousness that I can work with the Shapley attractor to help support me with resources, personal resources. And it's no problem. I currently just using this algorithm of just the oppositions and conjunctions. I'm going to skip house 3, 4, and 5. House 6, I have Draco constellation with the beautiful fixed star Thuban. This is helping me in my 6th house of my body, my daily activities, my devoted service, even in healing. Okay, and then you can read the rest. But this is connecting these beautiful stars in heaven, the divine beings or these stargate portals of the galactic, and bringing them into my personal house system. This is an image I found on Google Images, but I thought it helped identify. If you were curious, tell me more about the house systems. The first house, you see, we read the zodiacal house system in the wheel around the clock, going counterclockwise. So house 1, look for that little number 1, is saying I am. And I've put a circle around it to remind myself I have a beautiful star family, constellation, and star that is helping me in how I am with my personality, how I am with my appearance, my physical appearance, how you see me. It's the awareness of myself. So when I go back, I'll show you who's helping me there. Oh, Cetus, Tau Ceti, and the supergalactic center. We're just painting a broad brushstroke here, but pretty soon we're going to be getting into some details. So if you want to pause and go find your stars and the houses that they sit in, okay, you can screenshot this image. Look at this. This is a game we're playing. Then I went into Canva. It's a particular desktop publishing program. You can get a free download for its basic, but I created in step 4, I wanted to see my star family summary. You know, I want to be able to hold a picture in my mind. So here's where I put all of my conjunction and oppositions, my strongest star families around the wheel. So we can see now in house 12, the beautiful fixed star, royal star, Fomalhaut, in the constellation of Piscis Austrinus, is helping my 12th house, my spiritual life, my navigation in the great ocean of all that is. It's the final house of the zodiac. It brings all that life experience into house number 12. And I have this royal star to now guide me. Do you see how this is coming to the conscious, my awareness? It's not just knowing about that royal star. I'm landing it in a particular house to guide me this year. Let's see. So then I summarized on the bottom. 6 of the 12 zodiacal houses are activated with strong pillars from my star family. I've learned in meditation, it's the clarity of intention that you set. The clearer you are with your question, like, who will help me? Now I can call in, yes, the Shapley attractor, Thuban, the dragon star, Centaurus, with the beautiful Beta Centauri Hadar helping me in house 9. And you can see house 10, how I am out in the world, either a career or vocation. It's a transpersonal house. Who will help me get over myself and not be afraid to come out into public? Well, the great hunter Orion is here with some beautiful stars, as is Auriga constellation, the Big Dog constellation Canis Major, and Lyra, the constellation of which is our origin family, our origin star. So here we go. Look at these stories that are coming out. Now, if some of you listening, you can say, well, Ursula, you're a painter, you know art. I don't know how to do this. So I created this easy to look at graphic. When we were in kindergarten and first grade, if you remember back, many of us didn't have this inhibition about who was an artist and who wasn't. We just let ourselves imagine and believe that we were an artist because no one told us otherwise. So I'd like to pause and invite you to engage with your inner child. Bring your little inner child, your 6-year-old, 7-year-old self out to play and go get a few art supplies. This is old school. Glue, tape, scissors, glitter, a poster board. I like 18 by 24. I know that's large for some of you, but it's a standard size for a poster board. I picked a mixed media piece of heavy board paper. Get that. And I know some of you now are thinking images. You don't have to just rely on magazines or books. Go ahead and choose to Google image any stars or name specific constellations. Pinterest, even Canva has some great images to give you under elements. All right, let your imagination open up. Invite your star families to say, hey, bring me great pictures of you so that I will hold this next year with the greatest image that will be meaningful in our relationship. Then I want you to print out a list of your star families. Remember, just the conjunctions and oppositions to start with. So we're going to cut out their names and tape them to the vision board. Okay? Here's a few final steps for instruction. Setting the divine and holy, sacred intention to connect with your galactic star families. This is like saying, great, great, great grandmothers, star mothers, star fathers, star siblings, brothers and sisters, I want to engage this year so that we can co-create together, so that merging our energies, I will help with the shift of the ages of ascension, but playing with you together. I invite you in with ease and grace and only allowing the greatest love and setting aside any concern or what will happen if, it's only light and love when you set a holy and sacred intention. Go ahead and light a candle, get your journal out, and invite who wants to play. So here we go. Prayers may come up, affirmations, all those great sayings that you like to hold. One that's coming up for me that came through a YouTube channel, forgetting her name, but she says it was downloaded to say this mantra daily, regularly. And Pam Gregory endorsed it. It was this: I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. Those 4 sentences. Now, if you're doing a lot of healing work and letting go, forgiveness work, maybe the ancient Huna prayer, Ho'oponopono, will be something that you choose to put on your vision board. Ho'oponopono. Okay. So here's the deal, though. If you want to tie energetically with your star family and the Earth linear time, you have until May 5th before the next full moon. Because right now we're in a place where we had that second Aries new moon and this desire to create a vision board to engage with your star family. It does have a deadline on our linear time of May 5th. If you're hearing this after May 5th, no worries. Just go forward with whatever feels good. But for those of you who are hearing this message in this timely manner now, get going, because you're going to be working with some powerful Pluto energy, the Aries new moon, and that eclipse of the decade. Okay, are you ready for a reunion? See how the acceleration, I can hear the drum beat, boom, boom, boom. Okay, giving yourself permission as a child. There is absolutely no right or wrong. It's all you. This is enough sacred direction for you to get going, setting the sacred structure, and then allowing yourself to go into your own intuitive process to co-create. I want to invite you to say that, yes, light is here to guide you. Light is guiding me. Light is guiding us. It's time for us now to lock arms together and remember where we've come from, who we are, and where we are going. I know I get choked up whenever I say this, and Julia and I do the same choking up, because it's this potency from the heart that it is time. Now, you're welcome to end the video here now. But if you're also still wondering, yeah, but I still want a little more, I'm just going to show you how I'm creating my board. It's just suggestive. It's not how you need to create your board. But here's something else that I did. I felt inspired. I have so many of these oracle cards, tarot cards. I have so many. And yet they were calling out, let us come and join you. You know, there's this kind of creepy one, the Mystic Martian Oracle. And I just thought the images were a little creepy, but I started reading the guidebook, and there's a boatload of wonderful summaries on some of these stars and the constellations. Of course, the foundational oracle deck to get, of course, is the Galactic Heritage cards. You can't turn anywhere without running into Lisa Royal Holt. She is channeling Sasha, her future self, to bring forward foundational material that so many other galactic historians are validating and using, including Debbie Solaris. Okay? So invite your vision board to work with some of the cards, because you might say, I don't have any pictures. But I love Diana Cooper. I have her Magic of Unicorns, Dragon Oracle. I have her Archangel card deck, the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell, the Mayan, the Spirit Animal. Get all your cards out if you are hearing this and it feels right for you. Play. All right. So this part is really for the uber beginner that says, yeah, but I still don't know what you're talking about. So with very clear, slow speaking conversation, how to begin for you. You can see I've taken and I've made a Word document, and I just wrote out all of my constellations and their stars. So constellation Orion, semicolon, or colon, and the stars Bellatrix, Mintaka, Alnilam, Mesa, and the Orion Nebula. That's on one line. So that's one of my conjunctions or oppositions. And then the center picture in the gold, I cut them out. It looks really straight because I have one of those paper cutters. And then behind me is, you can Google image an empty house wheel. So here's where house 1 is, right at the horizon line, the first house, and it goes all around the wheel to the 12th. Our step is how to put these little strips of paper in the appropriate houses. So that's next. Can you tell my mom was an elementary school teacher, and it had an impact on me as I helped her and volunteered with her teaching in the summers? Okay, so I jumped and I took that information from the past slide and I took an 18 by 24 black mixed media paper. It's just something where I could then put material down. So the first image you're going to see is I have a stencil and I created a zodiacal wheel, and then I've placed where and which houses my star families are here to support me on in this lifetime. And then because I'm a painter, I just did a rainbow wheel and I got the glue stick out and I glued them down. In the center, I have a picture of a moon to remind me of this potent eclipse. The eclipse of the decade is what I heard Pam Gregory say. She's a fantastic astrologer on YouTube if you don't know who that is. Okay. Next, I'm showing you a picture of my kitchen table. And so I got out my pencils and scissors, my card deck, and I'm just showing you. I lit a candle, many candles. I invited them to come in and play. In Lisa Royal Holt's Galactic Heritage card deck, I found all the cards from Orion, from Lyra, and within those subsets, I said, who wants to be part of this co-creation? And I allowed which words of Lyra, which numbers of Lyra felt good. I did that with Sirius. I did that with New Earth. I did that with the cetaceans. So Cetus the whale. Let's see. And then this morning, because I just love this stuff. I went on Canva, I got out the wheel, and I started putting in these icons. It felt very Egyptian to go hunt in Canva under elements for these glyphs. So I found Draco, a dragon with a treasure, because I've worked with some of the material by Bernadette Brady. She said that Draco, the constellation, is guarding a treasure. Thuban, what treasure am I guarding in my 6th house of devoted service? So yes, I know some of you might be concerned about Draco and the reptilians. When Lisa Royal Holt talks about the constellations and the star families and the galactic heritage, she talks about the word era, E-R-A. What era are we talking about? Because every single system and constellation and alien galactic family member have been through typically 3 different eras: a beginning, a middle, and then a transformed era. What do I mean? Think if someone was to galactically would say, oh, those humans, they're cavemen. No, you're thinking of Paleolithic human. We're not that. So I'm using that as an example of Tubin. They're not just the reptilians who took over that star. Okay. If you didn't know, Thuban was the pole star for Earth way back. There's stories of where before it was Polaris, it was Thuban that guided us. So embracing the dragon in its highest level, understanding it, yes, there are shadow aspects to every star, but I'm looking at it today as, please guide me into the wisdom of the dragon that guards a treasure in my 6th house of devoted service. Okay? Now, that's just one idea. Some of the other ones showing up, you can see I have a stockpile of support in my 10th house of out in the world. That wasn't clear to me before I started this game. It wasn't clear to me that I have the royal star Fomalhaut in Piscis Austrinus with the Christ energy, calling in Jesus to help me in my 12th house of navigating the cosmos, of navigating all that is. The galactic. Piscis austrinus, the mother fish, drinking in the water, the Aquarian water that the cupbearer gives for all to drink. These are some of the beautiful stories. I'm going to end here. I know it's gone a little long, but if you are ready to let your star family reunion begin, you do you. You do the perfect timing, the perfect process. You say, oh, I don't want to just start with conjunction oppositions. I want the whole star family. I want to add in the new stars that Julia has added to the calculator. You do you, wherever you want to begin. I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. It's been such a lovely engagement today. Let's see, I'm just going to call out that it is April the 23rd, 2023. Again, calling in, if you've bought specific geometries, specific crystals, this is Andara with a blue Swarovski crystal in the front and an Andara green in the back. This is helping me give voice from my heart, from what I'm passionate about. Remember, Draco is helping me in my 6th house. If I feel the joy, then I know the 6th house will help me bring in the spiritual. Thank you with Fomalhaut, bringing it into matter. So bringing spirit into matter. And one way is doing a vision board. And let's see, I don't want to confuse you, but some people's vision boards might look something like this. Okay, oops. This was the first vision board I did with the first Aries New Moon. Here we go. I allowed the images to come to me using old-fashioned magazines, National Geographics, but it was the words. See what others can't. I didn't go looking for that. It came to me. Museum of Modern Art, the muse of art coming through. A journey of lifelong learning. This is my first vision board. So if vision boards are brand new to you, you can also Google under images, Google Images, vision boards. Sometimes that'll give you a sense of, oh, that's what other people's look like. But we're doing stars, your star family, your star constellations. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. This process, I'm giving myself a few days to percolate. Who knows if something else will pop up and I'll come back and share. All right, take care, and we'll see you next time on the Ascension Playground. Bye for now, everybody.